So it is Black Friday 2017. This morning I swung through the parking lot at the Chandler Mall just to see how busy they were on my way into work. Now it is about 5:29 on my way home from work. This is a 60, the US 60 here in Mesa. Probably can't see the silhouette of Superstition Mountains down to the east, but yeah, there's an abandoned furniture store right there that closed a couple of years ago. But this is almost School Road, so I thought, why not swing through the parking lot of Fiesta Mall, which I actually went inside Fiesta Mall with Mall Fantasy last weekend. And took a look around to see just how bad or how much worse the mall had gotten, because the mall was already bad. And it's funny, I remember back prior to like 2005, and you know, there were a lot of cars just trying to turn left into the mall from this entrance right here. Because here's the parking entrance to Fiesta Mall, complete with an original lighting fixture from 1979. And down there to the north at the end of the block, right there at Southern and Alma School, is the former Bank of America building. There's Mesa Fiesta, which they do have some businesses, but like Best Buy used to be in that shopping center, along with what was it, Bookman's? I'm sorry, not Bookman's, Borders. Bookman's is over on Country Club in Southern. But this was but this shopping center used to have the Best Buy and Borders, Lamps Plus, Famous Footwear, Comp USA. You know, that's all gone now. And I think the last time I had looked it up, they were using some of this shopping center for the University of Iowa, which is kind of odd. It's seeming kind of random. This Longhorn Steakhouse isn't very old, but here there's the former Best Buy. Everything that's on the peripheral here, and all the out parcels here along Alma School, which would be Longhorn, In-N-Out Burger, Judge Bros, those are all newer. Not brand new. They opened in, 2009, I think. You know, to help attract more people to the mall, but you know what? These restaurants just attracted people to the restaurants. So here is Sears, and I had posted a video of that from last weekend as well. That Sears is closing, and we took a walk around in there. But Mimi's Cafe is still open for business. Its signs lit. People are in the parking lot. You know, Olive Garden. I don't know if abandoned Olive Gardens exist. Maybe if they build a brand new location and move to it, but I'm not sure I've ever really seen an abandoned Olive Garden. And then there's the Compass Bank, and what is that over there at the National Bank of Arizona, whatever they call it. I think it's National Bank of Arizona, with its roof. It's a strange roof. here is, I think the Starbucks may have moved out of this area right here. I think this whole part is dead now. I mean, that far building over there, when my dad was still going to dialysis when he was alive, that was where the office had moved to, and now they're gone. So, can't get dialysis here at Fiesta Mall anymore. This west side is along Longmore. Whatever that is in the former TGI Fridays, they're actually open, because that's TGI Fridays. It seems like it was never open. And there's another dead place. That used to be the FYE, and now it was originally the warehouse. But this Three Fountains Plaza is pretty dead across the street. The former Bishop's and Luby's Cafeteria, the old car washer, that's abandoned. It's kind of hard to see because of the sun going down. But across the street is where you'd go for Fuddruckers and the Harkins Fiesta 5, and the Fuddruckers is now abandoned, and the Fuddruckers is abandoned, and the Harkins Theater is now like more of a regular stage theater. So, I had come here last year to show just how busy the parking lot was at Fiesta Mall. So I guess this will just be the comparison between now and then. I'll have to look for the video I did last year and link it in the description below so you can see the difference. But I guess to more officially get started, here is the stacked Dick's and Best Buy anchor. Last year Best Buy had just closed in October, and you can still see there's a label scar on the building. I'll just do a lap around on the ring and then I'll move in closer. Tricky thing about Fiesta Mall is that the mall entrances, incoming traffic does not stop because the entrances are so short. Not that you have to really worry about the traffic backing up onto the surrounding streets, but they had changed it to incoming traffic does not stop, just to avoid backing onto the streets. So again, here is Sears. Sears is closing. They are closing in January. The Auto Center is closing in December. Though I see the bay doors over there are down, but they could have just simply closed for the evening. The mall's hours are shortened because I saw they now close at 7 p.m. The day before Thanksgiving, the mall closed at 4, and then they were closed on Thanksgiving Day. And today is Black Friday, but they didn't have any sort of extended hours because what's inside the mall now are Bath & Body Works, GNC, there's a barber shop at the entrance to the food court, and I had never seen the barbershop open that was there at the food court entrance. What I had seen open, the barbershop I had seen open was in the former Maude Hatter space next to the upper level entrance of Dick's. And I don't know, I think maybe they moved to be, more in the central part of the mall instead of being out of the way. And also, maybe even just to be closer to the restroom too. I mean, it's kind of hard to not be out of the way, only because there's just no they moved. They've always been upstairs, and now the elevator is operating. The escalators have been shut off, and it's either take the elevator or take the stairs to get upstairs. You can't even enter the mall from Sears anymore. Their mall doors are now closed for good. So, you have to go into the mall and then go upstairs to get to the barber shop. Oh, and then this sort of spa place was still open just off of the center court, kind of going towards the old Macy's. And then the food court is completely abandoned. There's nothing there. There's a few tables and chairs clustered together to make one table with chairs, like in the middle of the floor, and that's it. But there's not a single thing open. So we've made a lap, and you've seen how the parking lots look from the ring road. There's nobody at this food court entrance. There's nobody at the food court entrance because there's no place to eat there anymore, and Hi. Hey, look, Best Buy is open, according to the neon sign that is turned on. But, you can still see that label scar even in this light. And another strange thing too is, well, I guess not strange for a dead mall. They are not running very many lights inside of the mall itself, so I would not go in there at night. I don't feel comfortable doing that. See, here's entry number 2. They tore off the play area in there as well, by the way. Sears store closing. Here's the loading dock. Yeah, I think the auto center probably is closed before the store does. I mean, the auto center, or the service area at the dealership will close at like 6 o'clock. So, it's possible that they simply close the auto center earlier than the store right now, but the auto center is supposed to close next month permanently. Well, here's where people are parking. This little, this weird little lot here off to the side. So, don't know what that building is or was. Man, there's a light on in there. Oh boy. Probably the most interesting thing of just the video I took with the phone down on my side walking through the mall with Mall Fantasy was on our way out, we met this man who was really quite bewildered when he entered Fiesta Mall. because he barely realized it was a dead mall that was shutting down. And it sounded like he came into the mall expecting it to be, a full-blown operating mall, that his first thought turned to, maybe the mall has just been built and the tenants haven't moved in yet. And it finally started to hit him that it's a dead mall and it's closing down, and his mind was just simply blown by that. Now here's something that threw us for a loop. These stores were boarded up on Saturday, and now they're not boarded up anymore. I think they changed the doors. Either they changed the doors or they have just been replaced with windows. I can't really tell from here if there are handles on those doors. But they were boarded up on Saturday, and now they're uncovered. You still have the caution tape. And there was even caution tape on the inside of the mall as well. Can't really see into the old Macy's. Well, when I was a kid, Goldwater's. Well, real quick, I'm gonna go across the ring to see if it's just abandoned and dead. See, this building would have originally been a dry cleaner there because of that awning there. But it's a dentist's office now. So what is here? Mary Immaculate? Okay. Store closing sale for this costume shop, which I think I've seen that on the news that they were closing. They've been around here for like 40 years or something like that, or close to it. Probably since this place was built. Wingstop. I think that might have been the Starbucks before, but Wingstop. I've never eaten their wings. And the place I like for wings is actually on Main Street. So yeah, that was the dialysis place over here. There's, I think that was, oh well. Yeah, this is all just dark and empty. So maybe when the new owners tear the place up or whatever, maybe they'll find some use for these buildings as well. And there's a little sandwich board for the costume shop. Now Dillard's Clearance Center, even though Sears is closing, Dillard's Clearance Center still has no announced plans of moving or leaving. So we'll have to see what really happens with them. Because, if the mall is shutting down and all that, I mean, they'll be the only retail anchor, or retail, I mean, it's supposed to be mixed use, including some retail, but I don't know if a Dillard's clearance would normally be part of those plans. The lights upstairs are still on, even though the parking deck is closed off. See, there's a bunch of cars parked under here still. Here's the former Forever 21 entrance. And when we came on Saturday, once it was noon, because the clearance center doesn't open until noon, and once it was noon, it seemed like a bunch of more people came through the mall to get to Dillard's. And Dillard's was fairly busy on Saturday. I guess as a clearance center, this seems to do well enough. And the funny thing too is that the store actually decorated for Christmas. There are some Christmas decorations inside of the Dillard's, which was unexpected. Because you kind of think, like, why would they bother? And now one of the most abandoned second stories you'll ever see. See, that parking deck is closed. There's a chain that may be tough to see in a video. The clearance doesn't light up, but the Dillard sign, they barely tacked that on, I think, at the end of the summer. But none of the lights are on here. This is the former food court entrance, and it is just deserted. Who knows if those doors are even unlocked? But it looks so dark on the inside. The food court, they don't even turn the lights on. And then there's the Dick's. And the funny thing too is that I remember at some point seeing a news article where they had considered an expansion of the mall coming out of the food court entrance, coming out here. You know, to include, like new restaurants and shops and a new movie theater. Because the movie theater options at Fiesta were, it's not like nowadays where you can go to a mall and, the mall has, a movie theater inside of it or on its property or close to it, and you've got at least 12 screens or more